Alright guys, so today's video we're going to be a little up close and personal. So I have a TV antenna and I'm going to try this out. By the end of the video you're still going to have no clue whether it'll work for you or not, because it will vary in every area. But I will be able to tell you how well it works for me compared to some others. In the past I've had some that picked up 25 plus channels, and in times since I've had some that picked up maybe 5, with maybe 3 really being usable. So I'm interested to see how well this one does. I am probably in the 60 to 80 mile range from the broadcast area for some of the major stations, so I am relatively close compared to what this antenna should be capable of, I guess. So we'll see. So you've got a USB charger. I still have the plastic on that. Peel that off later. But yeah, just a little charger for the antenna to power. You have some adhesive little sticky back tape discs to adhere the actual antenna, so if you want to put it on the window. You have a user guide, a warranty card. You have the optional, and I say optional because you don't have to use it, amplifier. Right there you can see, and it is powered via USB. And of course you hook up your coax. And if you wanted to, you can just take the antenna, this very thin, flat antenna, and just hook it up directly to your TV, which you should do. Hook it up, scan for channels, see what you get, test out the channels, hook up the amplifier, repeat, see what you get, see which one's better. I'm not going to do both on video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one and I'm going to do the other. I'm just going to film a little portion of video, and if I get one that works better than the other, I'm just going to show you at least one of the channels that comes in. Of course you have your coax connections, and this cable, I think it's like 3 meters long, so basically 3 meters is a meter stick is a yardstick, 36 inches. So yeah, you do the math on that and you got a pretty good amount of cable to work with. So you can mount this in a horizontal, so it's like this, or vertical, I guess, like this. You can have it either orientation, so you may have to play with this, move it around a little bit. If you do get it where you like it and it works and you want to check later, you can rescan later, and sometimes because of weather and different things you will pick up different channels, so that's something to take in, into account and keep in mind. So that all said, I'm going to hook this up, do a little scanning, see what I can find out, and if it does actually work, I'll show you like an example of what the picture quality looks like and sound when that actually happens. Yeah, I think that'll be about it. Not a whole lot else I can say. It's going to differ depending upon your location, so whether it works great for me or not is going to be good for me, but it won't mean it'll work exactly as well for you. But it does mean it works better than some of the others I've tried, which means it probably would work better for you than maybe some of the others you've tried or maybe considered possibly. Again, that varies. I'll leave a link below. If you want to check out more, you can do so. Read more about it. Read other reviews. Just find out more specifics and details. There's a few different antennas available. This company has multiple. And there's tons of different options from tons of different companies. So you have to find what works for you. But I just wanted to go over that really quickly so you had an idea of what we're looking at. And then I'll give you a quick example of what it looks like with the actual picture quality and sound, assuming I get a channel that works. And I'll try to pick one of the better channels so you have an idea. Because the others, it's just going to be pixelated. The sound's going to cut in and out. If it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. There's no reason to film that. It's terrible. It's a horrible experience, and you will not be happy with it if that's how it plays out. Okay, so let's check out some of the video, and if you want to find out more, check out the link below. Thanks. Alright, so currently it looks like I've already picked up 12 channels, which means it's doing better than a $80, I think, roughly antenna we tried just a couple of weeks ago. And that was, I think, picked up 5 or 6 maybe, and most of those weren't very usable. So at 15% completed, on the scan process, obviously the auto programming scanning process will probably look a little different between different TVs. This is a Samsung, so within a couple of years old, so your menu may look a little different how it works, but I'm just doing a scan and seeing what's available. So this is what that looks like for me, and say almost 20 channels already at just over at 25%. So anyway, this gives you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like, and this currently is not using the amplifier, so I'm going to try it again and see if that makes a difference. But without the amplifier sometimes works better. The amplifier doesn't work for television broadcast the way you would think. So if you want to read more about that, I'm not going to go into the details, but you can read more about that if it interests you. But that's just something to know. It won't always work better with it, so don't assume so. Try it both ways. So anyway, we'll let this finish and we'll see how many channels we get total both ways, and then we'll take a look at the quality. Okay. Alright, so here's just a quick example of a fairly local channel, and you can see that when it does pick up, it's really clear, it's really crisp, bright, vivid colors, everything looks good. But you may have just saw the little, like, it cuts out a little bit. Now, there are hurricanes off the coast, and I'm not close to the coast, but I'm close enough that could become a factor somehow with weather and clouds. But you can see some of the pixelation and all that's occurring. Again, this is all without the amplifier connected. So 19 channels were picked up without the amplifier. So I'm going to try it with the amplifier, and I just want to show you a channel that was kind of a good channel, but not terrible channel. The other channels, basically you get into those, you might see a picture for a second, and a lot of times it'll just say weak or no signal available, cuts out completely. So I just wanted to give you kind of the idea of what you might expect. So anyway, that's actually really good compared to some of the other antennas. So as of right now, this is definitely one of the best I've tested out of a handful, including some that cost considerably more. So we're going to check it out with the amplifier and see how that plays out. We'll be back with that in a moment. Alright, so quick update. I put the amplifier on and I went ahead and rechecked the same channel before rescanning. I'm going to rescan here in a moment, but now I'm getting none of the dropouts, cutouts, pixelation, audio issues, none of that. And the little box, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a blue LED right there, so it's very faint, it's not very bright. That is what it looks like when it's plugged up and using the amplifier. But it definitely improved the signal for me here, so hopefully that will work for you. Now I'm going to rescan it and see if I get more than 19 channels, and I will be back with another video real quick after to let you know how that played out. Alright, so here is an update. With the amplifier, 27 channels, and without 19 channels. So definitely an improvement. The antenna is 100% identical location, hasn't been moved. So I wanted to make sure that was a consistent variable here, so that didn't become a factor moving it around. So I just wanted to give you a really good idea of how well this works. Again, you're going to see 5-star review, 0-star review. Some areas are going to be great, some areas are going to be horrible. So it's really going to vary. But for me, this is either the #1 or the #2 best out of probably, over the years, about 5, I want to say, that I've taken a look at. This one is probably the best or close to it. The other one might have found a few more, but that could have been, again, you can scan 1 month, scan the next month. A lot of things can change. This was a couple years ago that I scanned, and it was about 2 miles down the road, which means elevation changes, other factors are involved. So anyway, this is probably like one of the best antennas I've ever taken a look at. Definitely one I'm going to be keeping for myself instead of giving it away like I have so much of the other stuff that I don't always like as much. And anyway, that's pretty much it. So you can see we got this hurricane bearing down, so that's probably also a factor. Maybe I can pick up more channels once this storm has cleared the area, and I will definitely be trying that again sometime in the future. Anyway, I will leave a link below the video. As always, you can check out more, read more about it, read some of the other reviews, and maybe check out some of the documentation for finding HD channels in your area and just see what are available. And then you can go from there, because this one does have a pretty good range apparently, and there are, like I said, other options available. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Hope you found this useful, and thanks for watching.